place they call the American Airlines Arena in downtown Miami, Florida. Right on the water, the home of the Heat, where we're broadcasting live today. With Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will join us from the sidelines. And with the road trip approaching, the Heat will play their final game of their homestand. They've been playing very well lately. It's been 4 wins for them in their last 5 games.
Yeah, and as far as the regular season goes, this is as good as it gets. This truly, to me, is the definition of a rivalry. I mean, a game between these two teams has always been special.
You know, they'll say, quote, it's just another game, and to a degree it is. But I'll bet you both sides have some surprises in store tonight.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, LeBron James, of course, is one of the greatest players to ever play the game, but he remains one of the most team-first superstars you'll find. He said a lot of people misconstrue what it takes to win, just scoring or going out and trying to will it yourself. It's a team game, and you have to rely on your teammates as well. And he remains, with his vision and passing, among the best at spreading the wealth. Kevin?
Great stuff, DA. Thanks. Doris, we're at the point of the year now where nicks and cuts and bruises, they all begin to accumulate. Depth is such an important thing for teams, isn't it?
I think it's hard to win in the NBA without some measure of depth. You think over 82 games, inevitably somebody's going to be nicked up to the point where playing effectively is going to be a problem. I don't think, Kevin, in this day and age, and Golden State's a perfect example how crucial depth is to winning.
And for a coaching staff to sell the fact that, hey, your chance is right around the corner.
And I think that's one thing that surprises me is how an NBA player could not play for maybe 2 months, but they keep themselves, because of their level of professionalism, they keep themselves always ready.
Isn't that amazing?
Amazing.
Wow. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So on the floor for Cleveland, Shumpert and LeBron are out on the perimeter. Tristan Thompson is out there with Channing Frye, and it's Irving at the point guard. James outside. He dishes it to Irving. Fires for 3. Good, and the assist goes to James. Irving's got the first points up on the board for the Cavs. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, their last game a loss to the Boston Celtics.
Just looking at the stat sheet, they gave far too many free throws away in that game. Maybe it was the noise in the building or something, but they really looked rattled.
It snowballed on them. They lose their focus, start missing, and then it gets into your head, and all of a sudden, everyone's missing.
LeBron sets the screen for Irving. Outside jumper. Down on the shot clock. Fires it up. That shot is off. Now the Heat take it the other way. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
And across the board in that game, guys, they shot the lights out.
The guys were patient. I think that's crucial in making good decisions, and that's why their field goal percentage was so solid.
Now, here's Whiteside. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Philadelphia.
Yeah, a terrific defensive effort along with that. 4 blocks on the game. Huge lift defensively for them.
Now, here is Irving. Following the miss by Hassan Whiteside. Irving kicks to James. There's the pick. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. James has got his first 2 points of the night. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Dragic dishes to Waiters. That's up a 3. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't D him up on the perimeter.
James, the pass to Frye. Back to LeBron. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
The strength of LeBron is something that is never going to go away, and it will always allow him to finish plays like that.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
On the free throw, no good.
You guys know LeBron James relishes every chance he gets from the foul line, and usually he'll knock him down.
For Cleveland, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Irving kicks to LeBron. They set the pick. Outside jumper. Another 3 for Cleveland.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Here's Babbitt. Right side a screen. Dragic kicks to Whiteside. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
Well, you guys talk about an imposing presence on the floor. Hassan Whiteside is about as big as they get in the NBA. You can't go through him, and it's even tougher, Greg, to go over the top of him.
And Whiteside is a tree of a player. There is no other way to put it. Measures at 7 feet flat, but has enough bounce in his jump where you think he's 7'6" at the end of the game. Also, very solid core strength, guys. He is difficult to move when he plants his feet.
Boy, how does Kyrie collect himself so quickly before going up?
The Heat trailed by 4. Dragic with it. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Philadelphia.
And he was aggressive in how he played on the defensive side of the floor, notching 3 steals on the game.
Whiteside. It's hauled in by Fry.
All the credit goes to the defense, preventing a terrific finisher like that from throwing it down.
Nice shot by Thompson.
Yeah, Thompson won't give you a steady diet of that mid-range, but every once in a while he might pull it out.
They set the screen, and Waiters kicks to Babbitt. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Babbitt's got his first points in this one.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Thompson, a screen on Dragic. Irving against Dragic. Fry, that's for 2. No good that time. And it's Miami the other way. The Cavaliers beat them last time when these two teams met in Cleveland.
You know, you hate to use this word, but I really felt like it was a sorry effort that they put forth on the defensive side.
No, that's right on point. They didn't close off the lane, didn't hustle to the ball, didn't do any of the basic things required from a defense. Great possession with an even better shot. Disappointing it doesn't go.
Irving's shot is good.
Boy, when Irving is in rhythm from distance like he is, turn the lights out. Defense has no answer.
Kicks to Waiters. There's the pick. Dishes it to Babbitt. Dragic against Irving. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. Here's Waiters. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Philadelphia.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
Right side a screen. Dragic with a wide open look.
Yeah, really like the defensive focus and intensity at the start.
The pass to Shumpert. Fires from the wing. It's hauled in by the Heat.
Ooh, he was open there, guys. I'm sure he's kicking himself that he didn't capitalize.
Outside Dragic. Waiters up top. Lots of room. LeBron grabs the miss. Cleveland leading by 7. Pass to Shumpert. Back to LeBron. Tries from 10. Again, the Cavaliers score.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. course, you've talked to so many and heard a lot of insight on which coaches in the NBA have the most impact on the game. You've coached, you've played. Gather it in for us. Give us a compass on this topic.
Yeah, this is an interesting one because you can go in a lot of different directions. You look at a guy like Doc Rivers, who, because he played, seems to be this natural affinity of the players. You talk about a player's coach, understands relationships, won a championship in Boston, convinced a group of offensive-minded guys like Paul Pierce and Ray Allen that they needed to play defense to the level of Kevin Garnett. You also look at a guy like Eric Spoelstra, who, though he is young, paid his price to come up through the ranks, talks about spending years in that dark, dank Miami video operations room. But when guys like Jeff Van Gundy, Stan Van Gundy, Doug Collins are complimenting you as a young guy in Eric Spoelstra, I'm thinking he's got a pretty good future.
Are you surprised when good coaches don't win in the league?
Yes, but I think so much goes into winning. You have to remain healthy, and over the course of an 82-game schedule, that's hard. You've got to have great organizational strength, Kevin. We know that now ownership and general managers have to be as strong as the head coach. And listen, there's luck. You know, sometimes injuries play a part in who you match up against and who you don't. There's so much to winning.
Wonderful insight. And he knocks down the first one. And you think of the great outside shooting of the Cavs. Doris, how much of that is the brilliance of LeBron James creating those shots for his teammates?
Well, you hit the nail on the head, Kevin. LeBron is not only one of the most devastating slashers and finishers, but his passing might be his greatest strength. Pinpoint bullet passes that zip into shooters' hands before the defense can react. And you look at his shooting percentage on his passes, sky high.
Now here's Korver. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Williams gets the bucket.
You know, this guy's smart enough to know if rim protection may be waiting for him, so Darren gets to that in-between game.
Here's Johnson. Darren Williams picking up that last basket. Dragic against Williams. Dragic gets the bucket. Here's Williams. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. Thompson, a screen on Dragic. And the foul on Tyler Johnson. That's his first foul. White, he's checked in for Miami. Ellington comes in for Goran Dragic. And Cleveland with a change here too. Jefferson's checked in for Darren Williams. Outside Jefferson. And he got the screen to bury the jump shot.
Passing the ball very crisply here.
The Heat trailed by 9. Johnson kicks to Johnson. The dish to Whiteside. The 17-footer. The Cavaliers pull it in. James has got his third rebound on the night. Outside Korver. James sets the screen for Korver. And they double him up with LeBron. Korver dishes to Williams. And Tristan Thompson on the bucket with the assist by Williams. And now it's an 11-point Cavalier lead. Johnson kicks to Ellington. Count the basket.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Now Jefferson. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. LeBron outside. Just 5 on the clock. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. You better keep your hands up if you've been playing with these guys over the past month, because if you're open, they'll find you. LeBron James second.
Really been in sync with his teammates over that period. I mean, his passing has been phenomenal.
Johnson kicks to Ellington. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Johnson, the pass to Whiteside. Fires from 14. Thompson with the rebound.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
LeBron against White. Outside Jefferson. Outside Korver. From deep. Cleveland gets it back. James outside. Back to Korver. And stolen by Ellington. Johnson in the corner. Puts up a three. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Johnson's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Williams a screen. LeBron kicks to Korver. To the paint. And it's going to be a 3-second call. And look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for Miami.
And you see not a lot of corner threes. The defense doing a good job of closing out and denying those shorter distance triples. That's what the smart teams have to do.
The Heat trailed by 6. Johnson kicks to Ellington. On the wing, Johnson. Here's White. And again, Miami with the triple.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
They need this one. 2 points. That one goes. James has got 8 points.
Hitting a high percentage of his shots. He's been a real catalyst for their success.
And for LeBron, he's got a lot of miles on him. Some studies have shown players who come to the league at a young age and Doris play a lot of minutes end up experiencing earlier and sharper declines in their 30s. Do you think that could be the case for LeBron?
Well, obviously, Kevin, we've seen him deal with some back issues over the course of his career. He took that mid-season break back in 2015, the longest absence of his career. But listen, come on, LeBron's been an Iron Man. He's learning to pick his spots and to manage some of that wear and tear.
And he makes the first. Shumpert is checked in for Tristan Thompson. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. And it's on Whiteside, signing a max contract to return to the Miami Heat this summer. What a dramatic change of fortune for a player, Greg, who bounced around early in his career.
And how about it, Kevin? I think he may be the first player in history to jump from making the NBA minimum to the NBA maximum in one season. He's going to be making 30 times more than he did last year. And who wouldn't like that kind of a pay raise?
For Cleveland, they have gone 0 for 1 at the line. This is their second trip to the line tonight.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
No good on that one. Richardson, he's checked in for Whiteside. Good on the second free throw. The Heat trailed by 5. Richardson kicks to Johnson. Back to Richardson. Johnson in the corner. Pass to Johnson. The feed now to Ellington. Shot clock at 6. Johnson outside. The 3. And it's LeBron James with the rebound.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Williams dishes to Korver. Richardson against Shumpert. On the wing, Williams. Baseline try, and the basket is good. Williams has got his first bucket of the night.
You know, we identify Williams with his ability to get off the floor for dunks, but he did a nice job getting off the floor to get a decent look at a jumper. Nice mix-up.
From deep three-point range, and it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And so the first quarter is in the books. Cleveland ahead. They're up by 7. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And a chance to hear from LeBron.
For me, at a younger age, I was never even.
Again, just another part of the maturation process for LeBron. He's become such the consummate pro.
He is absolutely as solid and steady as a rock at this point in his career. Nothing rattles him. Nothing throws him off his game.
And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast as the second quarter is about ready to get underway. And from what you guys have seen so far from Cleveland, what's your take?
You know, it's been about how solid they've been offensively here, really tuned in with one another.
It feels like these guys are feeding off each other, and that's leading to having some fun and coming up with big shots.
They've got Dragic. Dion Waiters is out there with Johnson. Then it's Josh Richardson, and it's White in at center. That's the group on the floor for Miami. It's now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the 10th pick in the draft can sometimes be a diamond in the rough. You remember Paul Pierce went to the Celtics many years ago with the 10th pick, and Justice Winslow fell to the Heat with the 10th pick a couple of years ago. From day one, Winslow has proven to be on the elite side of defenders in the league. Eric Spoelstra told us he plays with a veteran poise, but also with a youthful intensity, particularly on the defensive end. Kevin, he's been a great fit in Miami.
He just makes winning plays, D.A. Thank you. That one misses. Doris always in the hot list of topics as teams each year try to increase their odds at winning a championship. What do you feel are the key ingredients for a championship caliber team?
Talent, first and foremost.
Sure.
I mean, you think about some of the great stars who've won multiple championships. Bill Russell, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. One is talent. That's the first part. Coaching. I think coaching in the NBA is underrated. And then increasingly depth because, of course, over the years, the season has gotten longer. The playoffs have gotten longer. It takes more players to win in the NBA than it probably used to.
Is the feel in the locker room overrated? Is the cohesion, the culture, is that important on that list?
You know, it's a terrific question. I do think you can win without chemistry. I certainly think for us, you can feel it when a team is connected and when they enjoy playing with one another.
Like Golden State.
No question about it.
Now here's Shumpert after Dion Waiters miss. And on the way from Irving for three.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Rockets the pass to Waiters. Feeds it to White. Richardson kicks to Dragic. White a screen. 20 feet out. Got a hand on it. Now here is Irving. 8 points for him. From the high post, he drills it. Irving's got 10 points in the game.
This is why I love his game. You really have to admire his tenacity.
Irving against Dragic. White left side.
And we get a chance to check out the numbers for Goran Dragic. He's averaging 20 points, 6 assists, and 4 rebounds. And for any other player putting up those numbers, we'd say they were great, but for him, they're just simply run-of-the-mill.
And the first one at the line is good. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Cleveland. And both free throws good for White. Here's Irving. He's coming off a 28-point game against Boston. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. The shot off that time. Dragic with some nice D.
He hasn't been able to shoot for a high percentage this quarter, but he's still pushing the action.
And it's Dion Waiters with the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
And Miami making a change here. Babbitt's checked in. The Cavaliers leading by 11. Outside Irving. He feeds it to Fry. Back to Irving. Korver kicks to Williams. Clock at 4. Here's Irving. That doesn't go in either for Irving.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
A chance here to get a quick injury report. And now we'll send it over to Hall of Famer David Aldridge for an update on Deron Williams. David?
Hey, guys, I got an update from the Cavaliers head athletic trainer. It's not what anyone wanted to hear, as it sounds like it's a severe injury. And if he misses a lot of games, it will obviously be a big blow to their chances of winning it all this year.
Thank you, David. Really appreciate you finding out how he's doing.
And you know, I know everyone is rooting for him to make a quick and full recovery.
Well, I can tell you this. He has the pain tolerance to come back earlier than expected, and the kind of toughness, too.
And Cleveland making a change here. Williams is checked in. They set the pick. Outside Dragic. Back to Waiters. Shoots from 12. Got a piece of it.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Shots good by Williams.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Pass to Magruder. He kicks to Whiteside. Passes it to Dragic. Takes a three. Scores for only the second time tonight. Now 2 for 6 from the field.
You know, the D backs off in three-point territory. He'll take that shot all day long.
Here's Irving. He's got 12. Cleveland moving it around. Here's Babbitt. To the inside. Line dishes to Waiters. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good. Waiters got his second basket of the night.
Boy, did an excellent job to hit the moving target with the lead pass. That was simply perfectly placed.
Outside Williams. Irving a screen on Waiters. Williams passes to Irving. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. 15 points for Kyrie Irving.
That's his first triple of the second period, third of the game.
And Kyrie Irving, the MVP of Team USA back in the 2014 World Cup. You know, Doris, when the lights are brightest, he's usually at his best.
And that's what you hope for, Kevin, right? This is a guy who's won the three-point shootout. He's won an All-Star MVP and the Rising Stars MVP. Elite competition seems to bring out the best in him. And when he heats up, he can take over.
Here's Irving. After the made shot from Goran Dragic. The screen from Thompson. Here's Williams. And Cleveland again with the bucket.
Yeah, guys, that takes vision and timing to put it on time and on target.
Here's the screen. Dishes it to Babbitt. Kicks to Dragic. Down to 5 on the shot clock. A three. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got his 5th rebound in this one.
He's been so inconsistent from the field, and that makes it hard for these guys to catch up.
Williams kicks to Irving. Thompson dishes to Williams. Outside Korver, the 3, and another 3 for Cleveland.
Darren Williams does everything so calmly. Great look.
Timeout called, the Heat. And Tristan Thompson, one of the premier offensive rebounders in the game. 2nd overall, in fact, in offensive rebounds last year.
Look, Kevin, this is a guy who makes his living around the rim. He runs rim to rim, terrific on the pick and roll. He's a smart cutter, does a good job lurking on the baseline for drop-offs or second chance points.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Wayne Ellington's checked in for Dion Waiters, and it's Johnson in for Goran Dragic. Now here's Korver. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. A screen from Thompson. Nobody near Williams. And there's the call on Jefferson. That's his first foul. Miami's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Johnson outside. Here's Whiteside. Again, the miss by the Heat.
Neither coach nor his teammates are pleased with the way he's playing. He's simply got to adjust his shot selection.
James kicks to Jefferson. He can't get it to go. Good work defensively by Whiteside. The Heat trailed by 16, and there's the pass to Ellington. Here's Magruder. He dishes it to Whiteside. Tries to snap the cold streak. I'll call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Doris, you've interviewed so many coaches over the years. Which coaches do you enjoy interviewing the most?
Well, I have to say my classmate, Billy Donovan.
No kidding.
We were both point guards in the class of '87. I like to tell Billy he was the 2nd best one in that class, in fact. But I do enjoy
I bet he enjoys that, too. He's a good man, isn't he? Huh?
He is, no question about it. And because he's new to the league, he's not objecting quite yet to the ad nauseum questions we tend to ask over and over.
How about quickly talking with Greg Popovich at San Antonio, which is always a challenge, whether you're calling the game or you're on the sideline?
I want you to understand something. When I am walking over to Greg Popovich, I want you to understand that my heart is pounding. I'm probably sweating.
No, come on.
And I'm trying not to shake.
Oh, come on. That's against everything you are. I know that. It's always good conversation, though. And out to discuss injuries, something, Doris, that all teams have to deal with, the most players as well from time to time. Let's get your take on what's the key to staying healthy.
Well, I think obviously most professional athletes realize that they have a limited window with which to make money with their body. And so if you are smart from the time you enter the league going all the way through your career, you're doing the right things. You're getting the proper rest. You're paying attention to nutrition. You're getting massages. You're going to the chiropractor. You're taking all kinds of both proactive and preventative steps to stay healthy. From a league perspective, this is obviously crucial because they know that the players are their most important commodity. And so you're starting to see individual teams and organizations track the movements of their players, both in practice and in games. That kind of data is critical because if you see somebody wearing down, if the data is in fact telling you, okay, Dwayne Wade has run far too much in the last week, let's dial back practice. Let's sit him one game. I think the key is just continue to use data and continue to use what we now know and what we will know in the future to try to protect guys.
For Miami, they have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line. No good on the free throw. Johnson, he's checked in for Miami. Channing Frye's checked in for Cleveland. Shumpert comes in for Kyle Korver. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
From 13, the rebound by Johnson.
Boy, the defense did not make it easy for him, even though it was a solid attempt.
Miami no good on that time either. The Cavaliers leading by 15. Shumpert gets a wide open look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Pass to Magruder. Johnson the screen. The dish to Whiteside. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And here's a look now at the shot chart showing the field goals attempted locations.
This has been a pleasure to watch. The rhythm he has in his game right now, the ease with which he's able to release these shots from beyond the arc. The defense just has no answer for him. And if he's going to continue to make threes like he has, Katie, bar the door.
The first free throw is good. The Heat making a switch here. White's checked in. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
And love how he's getting himself to the line this quarter. If he keeps it up, it'll end up creating some foul problems on the other side, and that can always help a team's cause.
Now here's Williams. He's got 6, and there's the feed to Jefferson. And poor shot selection there, not a high percentage look for him. Johnson, the pass to White. Good, and it's Johnson with the assist that time. That's now 8 points for ABC.
You know, he's going to continue to bury those if that's how they're going to D him up.
Williams against Johnson. On the wing, Shumpert. Try up the cold streak, and he makes that one. Shumpert's got 6.
Boy, you just love Shumpert's pre-shot routine. Gets his feet set, ready to catch and release. Beautiful.
Johnson the screen. Whiteside dishes to Ellington. And again, Miami with the triple.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
James against Johnson. James kicks to Fry. Outside Shumpert. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And checking out the numbers for Whiteside, over the last month, he has been spectacular. He's putting up about 17 points, 15 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. And he's a threat to go off in any game from anywhere.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
He's off on the first.
Boy, showing a lot more aggressiveness now after making 0 trips to the line in the first quarter.
Richardson, he's checked in for Tyler Johnson. And he sinks the second.
And Shumpert needs to keep working on his stroke from the free throw line, one of the weak aspects of his game.
Johnson outside. Pass to Whiteside. Feeds it to White. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Just 4 to shoot. There's the triple. And Shumpert pulls it down.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Boy, his shot's a little off tonight, but they're out in front because other guys are stepping up.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Johnson with a screen on Shumpert. Richardson kicks to Ellington. To the middle. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Jefferson. And it's Darren Williams with the finish.
Yeah, Darren Williams leaving guys in the dust in transition. Nice.
And here is Ellington with 1 on the clock. And that concludes the first half. Cavaliers lead by 13. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot, Iman. After the loss last game, what's different tonight?
I think we just got it together in the locker room. We stressed defense. We stressed getting loose balls. We're quicker to shooters. They came out hot, but we got it under control. Now we just want to keep it rolling.
First 5 minutes will be key. Thanks, Iman. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time to review the first half of action. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He ended up with 15 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. The first 2 quarters tonight looked a lot like what we saw from him in his last game. What'd you think, Shaq, about Cleveland?
Well, they're getting higher percentage looks, good game planning. The ball is moving around. Guys aren't pulling the trigger at the first thing they see. They're definitely staying disciplined. That's a big part of what has them having the lead at the halftime.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Miami?
They just gave up way too many good looks from the three-point line. That means either you haven't followed the game plan correctly or you're not executing it correctly. Either way, it's wrong. So from the looks of the first half, they need to aggressively close out on shooters to close this gap and the score.
And that'll do it, as the second half is just about ready to begin. Back to Kevin Harlan. We will see you after the game. Hey, watch yourself.
Celebrating. We're the best.
As we return to South Florida, a fantastic view of that famous stretch of sand, Miami Beach. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Well, there are very few defenders who can check him one-on-one, and in fact, collectively, he's a challenge for defenses.
So on the floor for Cleveland, Shumpert and LeBron are out on the perimeter. Channing Frye out there with Derek Williams. And it's Irving in at the 1 spot.
Looked like it might drop for him, and you know, that has to frustrate him just a bit. That's one of his favorite spots on the floor.
Right side a screen. Dragic kicks to Babbitt. Back to Dragic. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession. And these are the real stats, real scores from the real NBA, showing you the top shooting teams in the league. That's the name of the game, putting the ball in the basket. The Cavaliers 5th.
So patient on the offensive end. I mean, they're not going to force shots, and it's that selectiveness that's yielded such an impressive field goal percentage.
Irving misses.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
You love the confidence, but that's a situation where they really needed a better look.
Whiteside a screen on Irving. Takes the 13-footer and misses it off the right side of the rim.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
That's your home. That's the area you simply have to protect.
Now here's Shumpert. He feeds it to LeBron. Shot clock at 6. And again, LeBron missing. The Heat trailed by 13. Babbitt passes to Dragic. Whiteside kicks to Waiters. Jacks up a 3. Hits the three-point bomb. Waiters got the first points of the second half here for the Heat.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
Outside Irving. James in the post. Misses the layup.
Boy, they buy one right now. 0 for 4 to start the second half. I think one of the things I admire about LeBron James is that he realizes his influence should go beyond basketball. I mean, this is the highest earning player in the NBA. But let's keep in mind, this is a guy who's created a business empire. Movies, TV shows, marketing company, sports agency, you name it. His ambition's not limited just between the lines winning titles.
Now here's Williams after Dion Waiters' miss. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Nice jump shot. Good. LeBron's got 10 points in the game. Pass to Magruder. He kicks it to Whiteside. Here's Babbitt, guarded by Fry. Waiters gets a wide open look. Tries again. Whiteside buries it down low. He's got 10.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
I mean, easily prevented points if they just attacked the boards the way they should have.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 15. Passes to Shumpert. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. And here's LeBron outside. On it by James. And for LeBron, his contract with the Cavaliers represents less than a third of his overall earnings. It's amazing.
Well, how about, Kevin, they call him the king. How about the owner? If he endorses a brand, he doesn't just charge a fee. He wants an ownership stake. It's his goal to become a billionaire and make an impact on a much greater level than just basketball.
Now, here is Irving. Following the miss by Hassan Whiteside. High post shot. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Williams has got his second bucket tonight.
You know, once a pass is made out of the double team like that, the defense is spread too thin to stop the bucket. Heads up assist there. Kyrie Irving, one of the most explosive scorers in the league, perhaps the best crossover in the entire NBA. Lightning quick in either direction, strings them together to leave defenders grasping at thin air.
Johnson, he's checked in for Miami. And then for Cleveland, Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Fry. And it's Korver in for Shumpert. The Heat trailed by 12. You talk about Irving scoring. He can go for 50 on any given night.
Well, Kevin, listen, he's got the pull-up threes. He can finish around the rim. He's a shoot-first point guard and not a bad fit playing alongside a point forward like LeBron.
Goes up at the stripe. No good off the front iron.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
LeBron outside. Kicks it to Irving. And he slams it down right on top of Hassan Whiteside.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
Yeah, they may have gotten the feeling he would dish it off, but he had a surprise for them.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. Now here's LeBron. 10 points for him. Irving sets a screen for James. Lets a floater go, and the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. For Cleveland, they have shot less than 50% at the free throw line today, hitting just 3 of 7.
Very quietly, Irving is one of the best free throw shooters in the NBA and has been over the years.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Whiteside, a screen on Williams. Got a piece of it. Babbitt dishes to Whiteside. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Now we take a look here at the shot chart.
And guys, really the story for him has been his struggles from mid-range. I mean, some of them have been rushed. Others were just tightly contested, but he has to be a lot smarter on when to pull up or when to look for a teammate going forward in terms of winning this game.
Free throw, good, Whiteside. Channing Frye's checked in for Tristan Thompson. He doesn't get the second one.
You know, one thing I think that Derek Williams had working against him was where he was taken in the draft. I mean, pick number 2 overall, he came into the league with a ton of expectations. And it's clear he can't be a franchise guy, but he can contribute important minutes to a winning team.
And here's Whiteside following the three-pointer by Kyrie Irving. They set the pick. Johnson can't get it to go.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
Boy, if you're going to challenge him in the lane, you better go strong.
And Doris, as you said, it can be so difficult for a player to live up to draft position and expectations. Williams seems to have moved beyond that now.
Well, I think it's Williams' talent and skill. That's never been in question. He's always been able to run out and contribute. I think for him it was a matter of expectations, being too high for the player he was out of college. And now that time has passed, he can sort of focus on helping his team win in a smaller role and not be faced with the kind of scrutiny that comes with being such a high pick.
And Miami making a change here. Johnson's checked in. And both free throws good for LeBron. The Heat trailed by 21. Dragic with it. 9 points in the game so far. Raiders on the wing. It's deflected. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession.
And checking out the numbers for Johnson. He's been in good form here the last few weeks. He's around 14 points per game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. When you have a shooter like him off the bench, it makes scoring so much easier for the bench.
Now here's Waiters. 8 points for him. Open shot, Dragic, and he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick. The Cavaliers on offense. They're on a 14-5 run. Irving kicks to James. Dishes it to Fry. Knocked loose, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. As we get a break in the action, now let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. You look at the Cavaliers. What a run they've had this year. In first place and charging seemingly at will toward the postseason. These guys have been outstanding. And, of course, the Heat just way behind.
And I think for the Cavaliers, I think they've lived up to their billing this season, that's for sure. It doesn't look like they'll be slowing down anytime soon.
I'd go even one step further. From what I've seen of them to this point, I think their best basketball may still be in front of them. Yeah, terrific setup on the inbound play. The D never had a chance to get into proper position.
Raiders against James. Whiteside, the pass to Waiters. LeBron with the block.
He was tracking that shot the whole way. No chance LeBron was letting that get to the rim.
Cleveland leading by 21. Here's Fry. Good. And the nice assist for Williams.
And usually teams go on runs and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks, but not now.
Irving against Dragic. Right side a screen. Here's Waiters. And it falls over the rim and in. Waiters got 10 points.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
I think you'd like to see a little more determination defensively to fight through that and contest a bit.
It's hauled in by the Heat. When this game is done, they'll be off to Orlando, and they'll take on the Magic. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Johnson kicks to Waiters. Down low with his first shot attempt. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
I'll tell you, just his mere presence inside, his instincts for altering shots, exceptional.
Johnson dishes to Johnson. Here's Dragic from outside. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12.
You can't blame him for this deficit on the scoreboard. This guy's been consistent as always.
LeBron outside. Now the pass to Williams. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
You know, certainly there's been some inconsistency with the jump shot for Williams, but he's got the bounce to present problems on the interior.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. And the first one at the line is good.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
And some changes here for the Heat. Whitey's checked in for Waiters. Ellington comes in for Tyler Johnson. And it's Richardson in for Goran Dragic. Then for the Cavaliers, Jefferson comes in for James. And Deron Williams is subbed in for Irving. And Williams drops them both.
This is the Pac-10 Player of the Year from 2011, number 2 overall pick in that year's draft. Derek Williams still trying to translate that to NBA success.
Now here's Richardson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Right side. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot two. Numbers for him at the line not good. Not even 50% with only 5 makes.
And free throw shooting has been an issue all game.
2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. He hits the second from the line. The Cavaliers leading by 19 points. Outside Jefferson. Williams sets a screen for Jefferson. The dish to Williams. Shot clock at 6. The feed to Korver. Good, great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got 4 assists now tonight.
Well, that's obviously some defensive miscommunication there as he gets a wide open look at the 3.
Now here's Richardson. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. He dishes it to Ellington. The Heat need to get a shot off. And again, it's the Heat missing. Cleveland's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. The 3 from Korver drills the three-pointer. Korver's got 12 in the game.
He is on fire from beyond the arc.
To say the least, he's generating a bunch of offense from distance.
Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession. Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and take a look at the leading rebounders since the All-Star break. In the 3rd spot, Hassan Whiteside.
He has taken his rebounding very seriously since the break. It's really paid off for him and his team.
And here are the Cavaliers now. Outside Korver. Pass to Jefferson. Williams kicks to Jefferson. That shot no good. And it's Miami the other way. Outside White. Back to Richardson. 1:44 left here in the 3rd quarter. And Channing Frye gets the whistle that time. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
Oh, picked up his 4th foul. Maybe have to scale back his aggressiveness with plenty of time left in this one.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Thompson comes in for Channing Frye. And Shumpert in there for Kyle Korver. Feeds it to Ellington. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J. He's got 7.
A steady screen set on that play, and the defense disappears. Nice communication between teammates to make that play work.
There's a screen by Williams. Shoots from the elbow. It's hauled in by the Heat. Whiteside's got 11 rebounds in the game. Ellington the pass to Richardson. Whiteside a screen on Williams. There's the screen. Richardson dishes to Johnson. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson.
And with the moment, let's check out some stats for Thompson. He showed up every night and some noteworthy performances over the last month. 6th in shooting percentage, and he's among the top 15 in rebounding. Just a powerful presence in the paint.
Outside jumper. Williams has a screen for Shumpert. Williams kicks to Williams. Johnson with the block, and they'll keep possession. Here's Shumpert. And stolen by Ellington. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession.
Guys, I think he just lost track of his position.
Both teams deciding to change it up. There's 25 seconds left in the third. Cleveland leading by 23. Jefferson a screen on Johnson. Shumpert in the corner. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. LeBron's got 6 assists now in the game.
Boy, and Shumpert looking very comfortable knocking down shots from beyond the arc, just like he did there.
Richardson. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Cavaliers on top, ending the third quarter with a big 11-3 run. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena. Let's listen in on what Eric Spoelstra had to say to his team.
We're getting us out of stuff. Make hard cuts. Everything with force, okay? Come on.
And there's Eric Spoelstra asking his guys to play with a little sharper mind, with a little more intense, with more vigor.
And simply put, it's about reaching another level of intensity. When they're attacking, that's when they're at their best.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Haslam's out there with White. Then it's Reed. Then it's Josh Richardson. And it's Ellington in at the 2 spot. That's the group on the floor for Miami. And it's sent back by Bogut.
And with that condor-like wingspan, Bogut says,
Outside, Jones. Bogut the pass to Felder. He feeds it to Jones. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. 4 on the clock. Jefferson, that's for 2. And Cleveland again with the bucket. Miami with the ball. Richardson kicks to Ellington. Doris, you were quite a player in college in the Big East with Providence. What important lessons did you learn when you were at that school in that difficult conference and leading one of the good programs in the country?
Yeah, I think I learned that hard work is necessary to success, that teamwork is important, that you have to be coachable, Kevin, that you got to be able and willing to work with the people beside you. I learned so many lessons while playing at Providence.
I bet you can't separate the two. What was more enjoyable for you, coaching at your school or playing for your school?
Either way, Kevin, I knew that when I was representing Providence, I wanted to do it with pride.
Mm-hmm. You were blessed.
No doubt.
They were blessed. Here's White. Andrew Bogut making his last shot. It's stolen by Jones. The leaner inside. And again, it's Cleveland.
And haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Reed a screen. Here's White. Carries it from three-point range.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Not the strongest play defensively, though. I mean, he was taken out by that screen far too easily.
Here's Felder. Jefferson, a screen on Richardson. Now Jones, screened by Bogut. Shot 5. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Well, with teams making their playoff push, you know, parity between the teams is the biggest goal of all the leagues. The NBA more than tripling revenue share. The little guys are in much better position now than they were a few years ago, and maybe even more competitive now than they were a couple years ago.
That would have been like investing in Kevin Harlan's stock 20 years ago.
You'd be on the streets. You'd be in trouble.
I do think as a professional organization, and this is where the NFL has mastered things, right? Everybody should have an opportunity to win your championship, and I think that's the beauty of the NBA. Every decision they make is trying to line up the ducks so that everybody is equally positioned to have a chance to win.
It can't be done overnight,
no.
And it really is a reflection maybe more on the front office than on the play of the court. It's who you've got on your team.
Kevin, I'm a big believer in this. Not only should we show the head coach's record, let's show the GM's record.
I like that. Here's Felder after the Heat pick up 2. Pass to Liggins. He kicks it to Bogut. And it's Reed pulling it down.
They were right there on him, guys. When you take away space from a shooter, it can rattle and force a miss like they did there.
Reed a screen. Johnson dishes to Richardson. A three-pointer off the mark. Cavaliers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th. Outside, Jones. Outside, Jefferson. Inside, deflects the pass. It's stolen by Johnson. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the 4th quarter. Pass to Richardson. It's stolen by Jefferson. Here's Felder. Second chance shot. Nice move. Aldor, is clear that the NBA has moved more and more to being a league that uses the three-pointer to its advantage. How do you feel about that direction the game is going?
Well, it's exciting. I don't think you can deny. What I wonder is, are they going to have to keep backing up the three-point line with as far back as Steph Curry and these guys seem to be shooting it? You know, the geometry of the floor seems to be changing.
It seems that way. What would you rather see, a great dunk or just this outstanding three-point shooting of like a Steph Curry? I love the shooting.
I love the shooting.
I love the shooting.
I'm with you. I agree with you that the skill level of these players is off the charts, and the fact that Steph Curry is literally changing the way defenses think about guarding. They're now not going to the paint to protect. They're extending to the three-point line. It is a revolution in how to guard in the league.
Why now with him and not with Ray Allen or Miller before him?
I think because of the high volume and the places on the floor within which he's doing it. As great as Ray Allen was, and he was and is the best all time in terms of number of threes made, that's not going to last long because Steph Curry's range is step across half court, and you got to check that guy.
And team success, championships are following.
That's exactly right.
Now here's Jefferson. Jones, no one around him, and he's good on the three ball.
And that's not the way for a team to get back into a game, giving up open shots like that.
Especially to him. They need to show a lot more energy and activity at the defensive end if they hope to trim this lead.
Here's White. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. 5 on the clock. Kicks to Johnson. Dishes it to Richardson. And again, it's the Heat missing.
And if he thinks that's within his range, then you know what? He's got a low basketball IQ.
I'm a little surprised he would even attempt that shot. Much better to swing the ball to somebody else.
Analytics certainly have jumped up in their usage around the NBA. Doris, how do you feel it's been used? Is it here to say? Where's it going?
You know, it's been such a fascinating discussion amongst players and coaches. Coaches, by and large, will tell you, yes, we like analytics, but I have to coach by feel. And I don't think you can overvalue or undervalue either one. You're never going to take a step back, Kevin. The metrics of it are too important in terms of how we're able to track the movements of players. They haven't worked hard enough today. We can go hard again tomorrow. I think it's all important. But I think the best organizations are the ones who look at things in its totality.
It's taught me about the game. I mean, and the things that maybe I've never thought about
like
as a
what?
fan. Well, like, the success of jump shots between 10 and 16 feet. How many times the guy goes to his right as opposed to his left. What his favorite block is to set up in. How much he's been used in practice during the week. Where they're going to go defensively, where the weak spots are. Just different things to consider, which gives you a taste of what coaches and organizations go through during a game, during preparation, and getting ready for their opponent.
Yeah.
There's so much to consider, and you can be overloaded by analytics too.
You were sitting there describing that, and I thought these are all excellent points. At what point does it become overload? At what point are you able to filter out the necessary things? I imagine that's an art.
Mm-hmm. Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
I'll tell you, just his mere presence inside, his instincts for altering shots, exceptional.
Here's Felder. Jefferson, a screen on Richardson. Outside, Jones, and the pass to Jefferson. Here's Babbitt. Reed kicks to Babbitt. Shot to stop the drought. Drains it from beyond the arc.
You know, that's inside-out basketball. Just pass out of the post to set up the jumper.
For Cleveland, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Felder, the pass to Liggins. To the middle, here's Jefferson. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
A different look now for Cleveland. Derek Williams checked in for James Jones. And it's Amon Shumpert in for DeAndre Liggins. And that one misses. Play styles change as do leagues. Doris, with the influx of more overseas players in the NBA, what have you noticed in the change in play style?
Now, this is a really fascinating aspect to me because what happens overseas is young players are forced to play with a shorter shot clock than formative years in the United States. And I think the reason you see Europeans so much better developed and skilled is because they're having to be multi-tooled from their earliest days. And I think that makes them more well-rounded basketball players.
It's so interesting. And I've always thought, too, the Hubie Browns, the Mike Fratellos of the world, going over there summer after summer, running clinics and exporting this great game of basketball to Europe.
I think Kevin, your point is well said, and those two guys are great friends. I think you'd be hard-pressed to find someone, any individual, who's influenced more generations of basketball players than Hubie Brown.
Bravo. Bravo. Here's Felder. The dish out to Shumpert. Screen by Bogut. Jefferson, that's for two. Cleveland gets it back. The second effort. That shot off. Miami's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Again, the miss by the Heat. The Cavaliers have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
You know, and that's the key. He is still slippery and elusive. The defense gets caught trying to do too much, and they got burned.
That's good from Williams. Well, Doris, we know so many teams rely on threes and layups. Is the mid-range game still relevant in the league?
It certainly is to a guy like Sean Livingston.
It is indeed.
I mean, that guy specializes in it.
Good example.
Yeah, listen, I like the mid-range. I don't think you can eliminate any of the three levels of the game, at the rim, in the mid-range, or at the three-point territory. To me, it's all important.
I wonder if defenders sometimes, though, feel like that's that gray area where they don't know, should I go out? Should I play him only deep? I think sometimes that creates a lot of question. That mid-range game can be equally as effective.
Well, you have so many organizations who philosophically will say we only want point-blank layups or threes. And so if you've come or been exposed to that mindset, it sort of messes with you. I just, in the analytics era, I would say I want balance.
Yes. Now here's Jefferson. Williams has a screen for Jefferson. The open shot. Shumpert knocks down the step back J.
Oh, you love to see Shumpert get down and dirty underneath, finding ways to score inside. Such a scrappy player.
Now here's Ellington. Right a screen. Off the mark, and the drought continues. Cavaliers have gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. Here's Williams, blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Williams has got 10 points in just the second half. And there's the feed to Ellington. Out to the right wing. Good ball movement here by Miami. And here's Richardson. Pass to Babbitt. From about 19 feet. And it comes off the front of the rim.
And, you know, you can feel the desperation right now. They're starting to lose their composure offensively.
You know, and this is where your leaders need to step up. They need to force a shift in the tide.
Here's Felder. He dishes it to Jefferson. Shoots a three. And it's Haslam with the rebound. The Heat shooting 31%, not looking sharp offensively, to say the least. To the paint, it's tipped. White, good.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Cavaliers.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games.
And as usual, great numbers and a dominant display for Kyrie Irving.
Well, he had the kind of performance that showcases all of the firepower he's got in his arsenal and played effective and impressive the entire night.
2 points, that one goes.
And you can hear the disappointment in the crowd tonight, but we saw a team that was just ready to do battle in this arena. They clearly wanted this road.
And on the road, they knew they might have to work a little harder. You could see it coming, even in warm-ups, that they would be giving maximum effort.
Bogut with a screen on Richardson. Bogut kicks to Shumpert. Bogut sets a screen for Shumpert. Back to Bogut. The kick out to Williams. Shumpert in the corner. And here we go. Fast break. Ellington's got the ball. Feeds it to Richardson. Here's White. But they get it back. Kicks it out to Richardson. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks.
The 2K Sports Postgame Show.
Thank you, Kevin. Now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Kyrie Irving.
That's what I call a road show, guys. By the time he was done breaking those fans' heart, you could have heard a pin dropped in here. Listen, ting. See what I mean? He's a ruthless competitor, and it was a cold-blooded performance.
This was one of those what I call microwave games for Kyrie Irving. He got hot, and he stayed hot. How can you ask anyone to do anything more from the point guard position? Inside, outside, creating for his teammates, Kyrie had it going on tonight.
That's going to do it for our broadcast tonight.